Ladies and gentlemen, it's Thrift Level Midnight, making all the birdies feel all right. From Madonna to Madeline Albright, Thrift Level Midnight. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Chris. I'd say Flip the World, but I don't know if that's my name anymore. And we got Mike, aka Jiggly Thrift. What's going on, everybody? It has been too long, my friend. When you don't have social media, everything seems slow. And like I was telling you before we started, as a grown up approaching 40, upset about losing his social media, it's one of those things that's I'm racking in my brain. Like, hey, who cares? It's social media. But then on my other side, I'm just like, no, man, I like really built this up and I'm trying to do something. And now I can't promote my YouTube channel because nobody really goes to a Facebook page. So I can't really do much. Chris, your internet connection sucks. Guys, let me know if you are seeing or if there's a lag or anything like that. What's going on?
I can hear you just fine. I don't know what that means, though. You look good to me.
Oh, man, I appreciate it. It's only been 4 days, but you know. What's up, Reseller? Hope you like the intro, man. Yeah, of course I know the song. What's going on, Texas Bandit? Secret Source provides goodies again. Nice. Dana. What's up, Eric? Yeah. So what have you been up to?
Nothing much.
2 weeks, man.
Yeah. It's been 2 weeks. I've just been kind of just listing kind of what I have here already. Like I said, I haven't been feeling too great, so I've just been really just listing all the inventory I have here. I've been I've been promoting a lot of listings, which I've never done before. I've just been promoting some random pairs of shoes at like 3%, see what happens. And I promoted in like an Arc'teryx, I think you say it. That's how you say it. Jacket. Yeah. I promoted that yesterday evening, and then like today, not even 24 hours later, it sold. So that was my best like promoted listing sale so far.
You're gonna start doing more promotions, or?
Yep, I'm gonna try to get all my shoes promoted, and then I don't know, just maybe like the higher dollar items.
Well, if you weren't aware, if you have a computer, I don't know if you do it all on your phone or not, but if you have a computer or a desktop, or if I think you can go to like, I don't know, if you have an iPhone, you can use Safari, which is like Google. If you have an Android, I think you just use Google. Go to the classic eBay site. It's going to be tiny, so it's hard to do on your phone, but you can actually do bulk promotion.
Yeah. So that's how I have to go on like the desktop version from my phone whenever I print labels from my phone. So yeah, I've just been going through making sure, like, because I mean I have shoes listed that I've had listed for a while with like big giant stains on them. The backgrounds aren't good, like the pictures on my couch. So I've been trying to just like I said, while I haven't really been out in the public thrifting, I've just been making the most of what I have here to list and what's already in my store.
Yeah, especially if you can do little things like retake pictures or edit the background, or you know, I promote all of my listings typically around 2 to 4%, because you know I price mine a little bit higher, so then I can cover the promotion, and then I can also offer discounts. But yeah, I'll go through inventory, or if I'm at the warehouse and I'm pulling an order and then I see a pair and I'm just like, are those listed? And then I'll look and I'm like, damn, those aren't even listed. So it's good to go through your stuff. You don't have to always be sourcing.
Yeah, it's, you know, I mean, sales are obviously, if you're not pumping new, like good inventory into your store, I mean, this is like bottom of the barrel stuff that I have here. I have a few good pairs of shoes, but other than that, like, yeah, it's
so pretty, how long has it been since you went out to a thrift?
2 weeks.
Dang. Yep. So longer than I've been banned.
Yeah. And well, I mean, it's been snowing real crazy here, and it's been like 2 degrees, so it's been easy not to go outside.
Yeah, no. You saying that, I was just like, bleh.
Yeah, it snowed about 5 inches today.
Nope, Yeah, no, I'd stay home too. I'd just start taking pictures of my stuff again and changing it up. Dana said he runs 20% off everything over 30 days, weekend sales have 35 orders going out. Yeah, so that's what I did yesterday. Usually on the weekends, I'll do a 20% off everything that is 60 plus days old. And then I did used only. I don't really try to mess with the new stuff because I have it priced pretty well, but used stuff, I'm okay turning and burning. So had a few cool sales come in. Had some of the SEF, the sweat equity fund sales go through today. So I'm working, and then I'm taking so many screenshots that I'm saving for my glorious return to social media of all the stuff that I would regularly be posting that people are missing. Like I finally had someone respond to one of my hilarious decline messages. And I'm not going to spoil it. I'm going to save it. But their response was actually funnier than my decline response to the point where I almost just said, F it, and sold them the shoes for $20 because it was so funny. So like I'm saving all of this content, and like I think I'm going to start making a bunch of reels and pre-recording. Okay. I was about to say, who the hell's going live right now? That's us. We're going live. I was about to get mad if someone was trying to take our Sunday show.
Whenever you do like your reels and stuff, do you edit them, right? Like correct. You don't just record it straight through, you edit them.
Most of the time it's one take. Unless there's like a dog barking, kid screaming, or like I'm in a store and they announce on the PA. But for most of the time, like I plan it out in my head, not like write it down. Like sometimes I'll write it down if I want to be saying a lot because I'll trip up over my words. But what I do is I do everything in pieces, and then I'll just if there's something I need to have text on or a picture, I'll do that part in the story, save it, and then delete the original, and then just kind of piece it together. It's kind of annoying how that's why I don't want to do like TikTok and stuff. It's like, this is kind of annoying, like filming a YouTube video annoying with all the editing that my brain is like, you have to do. What's going on, Zach? You're killing me going live during the Bills Chiefs game. Wait, football's still on? I thought Brady lost, so everybody gave up.
Oh, he lost.
Yeah, the Rams won today, I think 30-27. I only know that because my only social media I have is Facebook, and everybody was posting pictures of Tom Brady crying. Wow. I'm trying to read lips while I've got my TV volume on.
There we go. There we go.
What percentage of your business budget is on advertising? I have no idea how I would do like the large scale version of thinking about that, but I do everything at either 2 or 4% every listing. But again, almost all of my items, except for the new inventory that I got wholesale, everything else on my store is under $10 buy cost. Most of it under $5. So I have a lot of wiggle room for promotion and advertising.
Now, whenever I wanted to ask you, with promoting your listings, because like I said, I maybe did 20 or 30 just to try it out. Like I just started yesterday afternoon. Whenever they pop up that like suggested like amount.
Oh, I ignore that.
Is it like, I don't understand. Like, is it like a specific amount for like that brand of shoe, or is that just what eBay wants, I guess?
Yeah. So basically I think, that's one thing that I'm still learning, but I think they come up with that percentage based off the number of those items that are currently active, based off of the sell-through rate on their end. But I literally always put either 2 or 4, and I'll go on another computer or another phone and pull up eBay and just type in, and my listing will be on the first page. So really that's all that matters to me. I want to be where I know myself, if I'm on eBay shopping, I'm not going past maybe the second or third page if I'm looking for something. Of course, I'm going to filter it to cheapest plus free shipping or whatever, but I don't want to go into like page 6 and 7. And there's a website that actually I used to use. I stopped using it, and I don't even remember the website. You can go to it and type in what you're looking for, and it'll find all of the listings that are misspelled or there's errors or things like that, and it'll pull up just those listings. And usually you can get a steal on that because like somebody spells Nike wrong.
Yeah.
And so their shoe is getting no views. And so you can usually get those pretty cheap.
It's fun. Whenever I was going through and editing some of my listings, I found a pair of shoes that were listed as size 18. They were a women's size 8. So, I mean, they, because it was like, I had them listed for a while and they had like maybe 33 views or so. And I'm like, man, they've been listed like a year, 33 views, but I had them size 18 everywhere. So, yeah, of course, no one was.
Everybody's like, I just want to meet the woman that's going to buy size 18 shoes.
Yeah, I want to meet the 32 people that looked at the shoes, Like,
they were like,
maybe they'll fit.
Yeah, they're like, they might be a little tight. I'd flip that. It says, hey guys, from 4-degree weather in Minnesota. Nope. Just nope. Not gonna do it. No new taxes. Yeah. No. I would just die. Like, just die. 4 degrees.
That's pretty much what I just, I just totally avoided at all costs.
Yeah. But you're still probably wearing Crocs, aren't you? It's like 4 degrees. You're still rocking Crocs.
Yeah.
10% is kind of high. So I would do 10% if it was like an item that has a huge sell-through rate. Or something that's like you really want your people's eyes on. Like I'll say that the two things that I have that are above 2 or 4% is going to be that child's like standing disabled stroller thing that we got from the bins. I think I have that at 8% because there's only like 6 listed. And then that tech scanner that we just got. Again, the sell-through rate on that's like 440%, but I wanted to be at the top of the list. So I think I did 8% on that as well. Purple Rube, what's going on? Can't watch the game. Hulu keeps crapping out. I canceled Hulu literally after the World Series. I only got it so I could watch the World Series, which I think is so stupid. I think if your team is in the World Series, you should be able to watch the game if you're in that city for free. But we weren't able to do that. eBay keeps raising the suggested amount. What's up, Ella Michelle? Listen while watching the Chiefs. Oh, so the Chiefs are playing? Oh, yeah, I think Knobloch said that. Wait again. Who are they playing? The Bills. Everybody's like rooting for the Bills and the Bengals or something like that. It's like, man, those are when I was actively watching football, those were like the two teams that nobody cared about.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I swear they were terrible. And then all of a sudden,
it's like you only like the Browns because you're like, I mean, hell, at least their logo's cool and everybody expects them to suck. Is it smart to end a listing and relist it if the item has watchers? I feel it's more important to be at the top of the search. Me personally, I don't care if there's 100 watchers on it. If it's going to end in an hour, I'm going to end the listing and sell similar. I don't relist. I do sell similar. He said fleece line Crocs. They have fleece line Crocs?
I need a pair. My Crocs are so dangerous right now. Sorry, I keep like zoning out reading the comments. But yeah, my Crocs.
I know
I've been wearing them. I've been wearing Crocs like the same pair every day. In the bottoms, I flipped them over today to like dry them out because I walked through snow, and there's just no bottom left. They're like sleds on my feet.
And you're a shoe reseller.
Yeah, and a fall risk.
Yeah. Who's already had a fall and had surgery. You literally had a slip and fall injury that projected you into a full-time reseller.
I paid for that knee, so it better be stronger than it was before. I'm not afraid.
You're out here sledding with a bad knee.
I don't know what I'm thinking.
He said, get a Cody box, free everything, UFC, movies, etc. Wink. What's the best advice for a new reseller? Sell stuff in your house first. Learn. I always just go with the simple stuff. Find stuff in your house that you haven't touched, used, or thought about in 6 months or older, and list that stuff. Pick one platform and learn it before you try to cross list. Again, Flip the World if I ever become that again, as a huge anti-cross lister. I think it's a giant waste of time. That extra 10% sales you get from cross listing is time wasted on other platforms. I think get really good at one and just build it, especially when you look at the number of users per platform. I think the only platform that I would say is worth cross listing on is Facebook Marketplace because it's cheap. The fees are low, but even I hate Facebook Marketplace. But find stuff in your house and you pick one platform and stick to it and learn it. Now, I know obviously there's people that make $1 gazillion on just Poshmark and just Mercari and just Facebook, and just Amazon. But I think as a new person, learning one platform and crushing it, and then you can branch out and try new things.
Yeah, it's amazing all the stuff around your house you can find to sell. Like, it doesn't even have to be like collectible stuff. I mean, it could be like a lid from a pot and pan set, like you could have valuable like silverware in your, just anything.
Especially with the kids, I just will grab toys that I know they haven't seen or asked about, and I'll be like, wait a year, and they're like, where's my Batman action figure? I'm like, Batman action figure? I have no idea. It's some other kid's house. That's where it's at. So which do you need to advertise?
I think that one went to New York.
Yeah. Is going to sell or crap you have that needs some help. I advertise or I promote or advertise all of our listings, but I also try not to buy anything that is going to sit for a long time. So if I have anything that's crap, I typically will remove that listing after, like, say 120 days, and that's going to go to a yard sale or it's going to get donated because I obviously made a mistake with the initial sold comp lookup. I'd flip that $4.99. Jiggly, I heard you talk with Cincinnati Picker, and he said something about you taking shoe inserts have value. What are the good ones to find? Oh yeah, you sold some shoe inserts for good money. I remember that video.
Yeah, the ones. Okay, so there's a ton of like shoe like insoles, like arch supports type things. There's a ton of them that are worth like, $20-$30 to resell, just like, and they're common. Like there's like a ton of like common brands that sell for $20 to $30. But the pair that I found that sold for, I think it was $100 or it was like $110 or something. But I sold a pair from the Good Feet store. I think like most of the Good Feet store inserts, they're expensive because they're custom made. But the ones I found were like, trying to remember, they were like exerciser inserts or something to like get your foot ready for like a full-blown like arch support insole.
Yeah.
So I got lucky. They weren't like custom made, so I could just sell them. And I think they're part of like a $1,200 set of like 3 or 4 insoles. That was just like one of the 4 pairs that comes with that set, the one that I sold. I just
when I see how much those inserts sell for, like new, and then like the people that wear them, like marathon runners and people that are, obviously there's going to be people that need them for, disability reasons, but like, people that just buy a brand new pair of Hokas at the running store, and then they're like, oh, well, I need my inserts, and now they have like $500 shoes on to just run. My mind, I can't imagine any amount of money that would get me to want to run that I don't know. I used to.
I wouldn't pay to run either. That's not crazy of you to say. That's totally normal.
Sunny Las Vegas said Superfeet has been my favorite, often found and flipped insert. It's new and used. So there's one to add you guys bolo list, Superfeet inserts. What do you think the best spot to get packaging material? So I don't know where you're located, but here we just go behind any strip center. Walmart, Target, any of those stores, and look for the green dumpster. That is the recycle dumpster. That's going to have all your cardboard. That's going to have all your styrofoam inserts. That's going to have your bubble wrap and all of that ready to be taken.
I go like for packing and stuff. I'm kind of like, I'll go eBay. I get all of my like poly bags. USPS, obviously, they have free boxes. And then otherwise, I just go to Walmart and just get boxes as I need them. Like they're like 59, 69 cents or something like that each. And there's a Walmart like right by my storage unit. So I'll like get the item, take it to Walmart, measure it, and then like go in and get the box that I need. So, I might be paying a little extra, like 50, 60 cents, but I have a 1-bedroom apartment. So it's kind of hard to have stacks of boxes everywhere. So
Yeah, I just got an order of like 40 25 packs of the USPS. Our mail person hates me every time they get an order and they have to carry all those to the door. Just stop offering them for free and I'll stop ordering them.
Yeah, I know. I ordered like a big like supply. I ordered a ton of boxes right before Christmas. Like, yeah, I'd say in like October or something. And they're still lasting me, but I had so many that I ordered. I just went crazy. Like, I think if they'd let you order like 6 of a certain kind of box, I was ordering 5. So, I mean, it was like, like 125 or whatever boxes I was getting. And I wasn't here the day they came. So I come in and my whole like front lobby is just completely stuffed with boxes. And yeah, my mail lady hasn't looked at me since, like not even like talked to me. She hasn't even looked at me. She will turn and act like she's doing something in the truck if I come outside.
It's like, what are you building a fort?
So needless to say, none of my packages ever get picked up. I have to take them all to the post office, but
yeah, I think we've talked about that. Yeah, I can't get her to pick them up either. We have to drive them to the post office, but luckily it's like less than a mile.
Yeah.
Devin said, when selling jeans, should you promote at a higher rate since thousands are listed? No, I just keep it simple. It's either 2% or 4% and just let it ride. Typically where you're gonna get your leverage on that with a lot of things listed is going to be make sure it has a good sell-through rate, so it doesn't really matter. It's going to move, and then make sure your pictures are on point, title's good, and try to fill out as many of those. Yeah, measurements will be one thing that'll separate you from probably 90% of the people that sell jeans, and it's easy. I just put the measurements in the photos. I just lay the yardstick down. I do the crotch to the bottom of the pants. That's going to be your length or your inseam. I do the waist because for whatever reason people like that. I do from the crotch to the button, which is the rise, and then I'll do the thigh measurement if it's women's jeans because the hip measurement. And then after that, like if someone asks me for like calf measurements or something like that, I just tell them to kick rocks. Like I pull a hustling hooks at Dean. I'm just like, nope. I saw the word amputee, so I wanted to say I've sold a few amputee toys, sold for $40. Also, Zach, if he's still in the chat, sold. I saw thanks to your. I'm living vicariously on Instagram through you currently right now. I saw he sold his prosthetic leg for over $200. So welcome to the club. I as well have sold one for $560. So we now.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I found mine in the trash though.
That's right. You found it. That's right.
And I sold it with the sock and the shoe. I never took the sock or the shoe on. Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed that. Whenever I saw Zach's post, I'm like, man, that thing has a shoe on it. And I just started, it's not funny, but like it's just a weird thing to see, like half of a leg sold on eBay,
Yeah.
Like
Stacy said running is awesome. Running from your problems is not awesome, Stacy. Running after the ice cream truck, now that's a different story. Let me see. I miss running. How do you ban somebody from the chat? No, I'm just kidding. Wearing Hocus helps you reach the item at the top of the shelves. Sam's Club has the best bubble wrap price I've ever seen.
Yeah.
From what I saw, everybody's using American Bubble Boy. I don't use bubble wrap. Don't really need it, but I see everybody using him. Apparently, it's like next day delivery or something.
Yeah, it's quick delivery, but yeah, Sam's Club has like I forget how much bubble wrap it is, but it's like $13 for a humongous roll. It's not bad at all.
I used to run 12 miles a day, 6 days a week. This chat is already making me tired, and just talking about running.
Let's just shut it down right now.
Yeah, like I think I've run from a dog once, and I've run from the cops. That's it. In my entire life, those two things are the only thing that got me to run. You ever do that community barbecue? It was a while back when your community gave you freebies.
Oh yeah. No, I didn't. I made a TikTok video. My neighbors came and dropped shoes off at my neighbors came and dropped shoes off at my front door, and I made a TikTok saying that I was going to have to make like a nice pasta dish for my neighbors, and
Yeah.
everyone got a kick out of it. So I don't know, but no, I haven't done anything nice. I shoveled the walkway this morning.
He
That's the
said,
only nice
haven't
thing
done
I've done.
anything nice. Hey, you shoveled the walkway. That's more than I would do.
That's what I did. That was my contribution.
Do either of you video at yard sales or thrift stores? And if so, how do you answer people when they ask what you're doing? So our YouTube channel is pretty much exclusively Ben's body cam footage. I'm wearing a sports bra with a GoPro at my chest, and I walk around and find stuff in the bins, and then I show you at the end what I got, how much I spent, how much money we're going to make. I've only had one person ask if I was filming, and I said yes, and they said why, and I said because I can, and then that was it. Pretty much the bins we go to, everybody knows who I am, what I'm doing. And if they don't want to be filmed, they typically move away. And then also my concentration is on the bins, not on the people. Because people are kind of boring at the bins unless they're like the fighting kind. And then I just kind of like lift up like this and look ridiculous. I just arch my back a little bit because my camera's
Whenever you got the footage of like the people digging in the fresh bins, that was great. Like I thoroughly enjoyed that because you never really get to see it because you're in the bins.
Yeah.
I've never like stood back and watched.
I try to do that at least every time if I get there and a new row's coming out, because the managers, they all have different personalities and different ways to handle the yellow line. Like you have to be behind the yellow line before they yell go. And then usually, like I said, the manager will be at one end and we have the police officer at the other end. And then you have the majority of the people just act like they don't understand like English. So they're just like still standing right at the bin. Mm-hmm. And then the lady will be like, "Did you understand that, honey?" So I love it. I think those interactions are more fun for me than finding something, or really, Stacy finds everything. But I love that because you never know how someone's going to react to like being yelled at directly, like from a manager's like, "You in the jacket, back up or we're not starting." And then now everybody's looking at that person because they're causing delay. And so you get to see people's faces like get red and they're like, "Oh God, everybody hates me now." And I usually try to like.
I think it was your last video. I heard the worker say, "Yeah, we're going to keep waiting. We're all waiting for you," or something like that. I mean, that's how you got to do it. I mean, people are crazy.
And then that person has an X on their back. So when the next row comes out, everybody's already like near that person, like, "Hey man, why don't you back up before they come out? Just let's get this right." And I'm just like, yes, this is what I need to be filming.
Yeah.
Let me see. I lost the best interaction with a guy at the flea market yesterday. My GoPro battery died literally 2 seconds before it started. Oh man. So I still haven't got another battery for my GoPro, which is like rookie stuff, I get apparently. You're supposed to have, like an extra magazine for your firearm. You got to be ready. So I just popped my phone out sideways and so some of that footage is either my GoPro died and I'm using my phone again. And I just hope you can't tell the difference when I edit.
No, not at all. Like I said, you really like jumped in head first. Like you went from, I remember you'd be like posting something like, "Oh, I go to the, I source, but I'm just not comfortable filming while I do it." You went from like being uncomfortable to just like, "All right, I'm going to release like a 24-minute video every week and they're going to be great." You just like started doing it, and that's, it's the best thing you can do, I guess.
I'm trying to find the sweet spot to where people the retention doesn't drop. Right now, like I can keep viewer retention around 18 and a half minutes. So I don't feel too bad doing a 22-minute, 24-minute video because 18 and a half is pretty good. But really what it is I'll edit it and then Stacy and I'll watch it. And at any time we feel bored, I'm just like, all right, we got to cut more out and we'll get it down to where it's like, okay, well, this is tolerable. And then I'll drop it. But yeah, I just, if you're going to do it, if, I keep telling myself, hey, you want to do this YouTube thing? Well, stop tiptoeing and just jump in and deal with having to be uncomfortable and wear this stupid camera. And, surprisingly, what I thought was going to be my biggest hiccup, which is people asking me what the hell I'm doing, hasn't happened.
Yeah.
Now I haven't worn them like going into a store, so I don't know if like at a retail store it would be different. But at the bins, everybody's so in their own mind frame of what they're there to do that they don't care that I'm wearing. I mean, they'll look at me like that guy looks dumb, but I mean, without the GoPro, like they'd probably say the same thing. So.
I mean, it's 2022 as well. Like, people aren't going to be like, what is that contraption? They're going to be like, oh, he's filming. All right. And then just get back to digging. Like, it's.
Yeah. Like, I think that if anything, it makes people think more about how they're acting because they're like, man, I can't really act a fool because if this guy posts this, I'm going to get clowned if I'm doing something stupid or picking my nose and catches me. So I think people are more like, some of them. There's a lot of people that really still aren't. They just don't care. I don't know what that means. I can tell. You can tell what? What did I miss? Have you ever bought storage units? No. I hate clutter, and the thought of it just sounds like clutter to me because most of it's probably going to be big. Most of it's going to be trash, or I have to move it locally. Like Paul Philly Flipper, that's like what he does. He does storage units and auctions and things. And I just really like shoes. So no. I'm sure Stacy wants to do it, but no, because our storage unit, the little old lady that runs it, she told us that they have auctions, and she's like, let me know if you want to be on the list. And I'm just like, no. But of course, Stacy's like, yes.
My storage facility has them all like I guess online. I guess they'll like post pictures or something, and then they'll just auction them off online.
Crazy. Dana said I asked him for Lego minifigs, 100+. He said $2 each, and I said, what if I buy them all? He said that's too much to count, and I said that's too much to charge. He got pretty upset. I like upset. I like upset footage, honestly. But again,
Dana, you're always very honest.
I've had that talk with people before. Like, I'd rather see the negative side of anything than the positive side. It's just the way my brain goes. It's like, I watched this video. I didn't post it, obviously, because I can't. A lady, I have it saved on my, I literally screenshotted it and saved it on my phone. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it. Anyway, it's this lady at McDonald's. She ordered a Happy Meal, and I guess they made it wrong. So she went back inside to complain about it, and they weren't like paying her any attention to her. So after like 20 minutes of her still like trying to get this fixed, she got mad and threw it at the manager, and he threw a blender at her and hit her in the face and like ripped her face open, and she had to have like stitches, and she has a huge eye. And I watched it like 100 times laughing every time. And I'm just like, obviously she's going to get paid because it's McDonald's. Yeah. 2, 1000% that was in a reactionary instance, and that 99.9% of the planet would do the same thing. It's just a reaction. If someone throws something at you, whatever you have in your hand is going right back in that direction. And for her misfortune, it was a freaking blender. But yeah, I love videos like that. I'll watch them 100 times and laugh every time. But you see somebody like save a puppy out of a drainage ditch, and I'm like, it's cool. Next. I guess it's just my brain. What's up, Marcus? He's been killing it. His bins looks like a old like abandoned warehouse. It's like huge.
It looks like it's like 8 floors.
Every time I see it, I'm like, there's bins on every floor. That's insane.
Oh, that would be insane.
They just break it down. It's like DVDs is on, bins is on floor 1. people usually comment on mine and they're like, I can't believe you guys stuff is sorted, like DVDs in one, shoes in another, clothes in another. I'm like, yeah, it comes out like that. But then in like 30 seconds, it's all just a mix.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't stay that way.
See, we don't even in my local Goodwill bins. There's a couple around here, like within 40 minutes to an hour. But the one that I go to the most often, they won't even put rubber bands around the shoes. It's like
that's how Austin.
What's that?
Austin. It's like 2.5 hours away from Houston. They do that. They don't rubber band them or zip tie them. It's just like I'm not here. Yes, I'm here to treasure hunt, but I'm not here to find one shoe and then have to ask everybody in the place, have you seen this shoe? Have you seen this shoe?
It's rough, but I mean, sometimes I'll just get on a roll. You just I'll just treat it kind of like a game of Foursquare. Like I'll just, I'll just move around like the 4 bins, whatever. I'll touch everything because I'm not real big on getting in like the fresh bins or anything. So
yeah, that's not.
I'll go and kind of hover, but like, I don't know. I feel like I'm too big. Like if I like hit into someone, I'm just gonna feel terrible. I don't know. And if I have like some little old lady yelling in my face, I'll feel even worse. So like, I'm just
you're a gentle giant.
I keep my distance. I watch. It looks fun.
Like I said before we started, you're looking like the way you have your camera set up. You're looking down on us like Zeus with your hair and everything. So when you're at the bins, everybody's probably like, "Oh God, stay away from that guy," and you're like, "Oh God, please don't bump into me."
Yeah, and then there's me. Oh, please stay away from me.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that's hilarious. We like I said, since we've had this available free time, we've been just doing some sourcing at retail stores, which I don't film there because that footage is boring to me. What are you going to film me walking and you just get to listen to me breathe heavy because I'm fat? That's not fun. But we went to our shoe plug Goodwill, and we already had a basket full, and the manager's like, "You're back." I'm like, "Yeah, it's been a while. Can you wait a second?" They just went to the back and they started pricing shoes for us. So I was like, all right, it's good to be the king still.
I think that was the last Instagram story of yours that I saw. You were like, "Oh, first world problems. We have to wait for new shoes."
So I've been trying to do detective work on this whole Instagram thing. Let me catch up to the chat and I'll dive into. You guys make decent money from doing social media posting. Well, I make $0 because I don't have social media anymore.
I don't make anything.
I
just have a good time.
Instagram is basically been my billboard for promoting the YouTube channel, and then also just promoting my quirks and intricacies on life and how I view what I do as a reseller. I mean, honestly, like I've said a million times, YouTube, I do the videos, yes, to hopefully help and inspire or whatever. But at the end of the day, it's really just so when I'm dead, my kids can go back and watch it and be like, oh, this is what he was doing instead of playing with us. And then no shoes at the Tucson bin. I'll burn that thing to the ground. Start over. That sounds horrible. I mean, was everybody just walking around barefoot in Nogales, Arizona? Nogales? No Zapato, Arizona? They're just walking around.
I'll tell you what, there's some days here where the bins are just, it's all closed. There's like barely any.
I just bounce.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
Yeah.
I'll try to like overturn some pants or whatever looking for a pair of shoes, but just because I already drove there. But yeah, it's disappointing. And there's like no like set days or anything. It's just you kind of show up and
I'll do that, or I'll just go up to the manager and be like, hey, y'all putting shoe bins out today? And then if the answer is anything other than yes, I'm out. I'll try and see here. Now I'm out. That means no. That's the nicest way someone could tell you no,
Yeah.
Started falling back in the trash armor days. Hell yeah. Still dumpster dive. Just again, nobody really watched that stuff. So we just do it on the DL and then make our little side money for our yard sales. And Stacy does a lot of that on Facebook Marketplace, but we're still picking up curb shopping and stuff like that. There's a lot of free money out there. I've been doing a bit of it's not free, but I've been doing a bit of sourcing on Facebook Marketplace, catching a lot of shoes for really cheap that people are just letting go of. What I started doing is I know the rich areas around Houston, and so I try to find their neighborhood Facebook groups or their marketplaces and try to jump in there, because those people have no realistic expectation on what things are worth, because it's just a materialistic thing. So I picked up some Jordan legacy Lakers, which Jordan never played for the Lakers, but for $20. Like StockX has them for $280.
Oh wow.
And it was like a gated like half circle driveway porch pickup. I was like, I shouldn't be here. They're gonna call the cops.
Man, I never thought about that. Like because I don't know. I like to keep the buy cost super low, but I mean, if you can find $120 pair of shoes listed for $20, it's worth it 10 times out of 10. I just never even thought to look, like on Facebook.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that you can either do porch pickup or, I try to do local because I'd rather just go pick them up. But I think we got 4. We paid for 4 pairs on Friday. I got the Lakers pair last night, and then on Saturday I went and met a lady that gave me 7 pair of Nikes for absolutely nothing. She was just like free. So I got 7 pairs of all size 7. Her son he moved on from Nike, I guess. I don't know. She gave me an entire trash bag full of them. I was like, okay. I even tried to offer her, like, you want some money or like anything? She's like, no, you can just take them off my hands. I'm like, okay. She's like, you want a lamp? I'm like, nope. Well, now you're getting greedy. I came for the shoes. I don't want anything else.
Oh, man.
Try to pawn off all your other stuff off me.
And she's probably thinking, like, guess what? Some guy was literally offering me money for this bag of shoes. She probably,
Yep. Yeah. Some of the biggest channels are done. Yeah. So really the 2 biggest dumpster divers that I know on YouTube are Taco Stacks, who's been doing it forever and has an awesome personality, but every one of his videos are the same, which is kind of what I'm mimicking with the Ben's body cam. And then the other guy is actually here in Houston, and he's, I can't remember his name, but his dumpster diving is more salvage. Like he finds metal and all that stuff. And they've just been doing it forever, and they've built up their, kind of like Paul Cantu. He's got 650,000 subscribers, but when he drops a video, he gets like less than 10K views. It's just he's been doing it so long that he just racked up that many subscribers.
As far as dumpster,
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, for dumpster diving videos, they perform really well on TikTok. It seems like there's some really big accounts that do like getting food and drinks and stuff out of dumpsters, and like donating it, or just.
Then I imagine the comments are everybody, all the 20-year-old socialists that are like, you should donate that to the food bank. All these millennial communists. Waiting for shoes was this last post. So yeah, so Instagram. I'm trying to think of, because really what happened was Thursday morning I woke up. Sadly, my morning routine is I wake up, I turn off the alarm, I look at eBay first. I'm not a savage. I look at eBay first, and then I'll go to YouTube, check the analytics for whatever I dropped, and then I'll go to Instagram third. And usually by then my brain is starting to program itself up, and I can start the day. And it just said your account has been disabled for violating terms of use. You can appeal within 24. You can appeal this in 24 hours. That was it. And so my brain was like, what the hell did I post? Because I have a personal Instagram and I post the worst things on earth on that. And I've never even gotten one violation. And then I have Flip the World, which is like super nice and, good for the most part. I say, if there was a line, I'm at least over here. Whereas on my personal one, like I'm over here. And so I started thinking like, okay, well, what the hell did you post? And the last post that I can remember was I posted a picture of me and Stacy in a bluebonnet field, and I had my shirt off. And I was like, did my nipples really get me banned from Instagram? Because you could barely see them with all the tattoos. And then Dana reposted it, but he just took my body and put me laying in a bin. But I don't even think I reshared that. I think I just screenshotted it to save it for the next day because it was already like midnight. So I was like, oh, it's too late to post that. I'm going to save it for the morning. And then after that, I posted the first world problems waiting on shoes. And that was it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's either the nipple or what I really think, and I hope this isn't it, but I think that the weeks prior, I had done some trolling and maybe I stepped on the wrong toes or bigger toes than myself. And people just anonymously fake reported my account for harassment or violation or, sexual misconduct. There's like 3 that you can pick that I've figured out that, like, if I went to your account right now and I just clicked on the 3 dots and then I pressed report, it's going to pull up like a drop down of what am I reporting? And if I put like underage sexuality, like they'll automatically take your account off. And then you have to prove that you weren't doing that. So it's like in the real world, innocent until proven guilty. In social media world, it's guilty until we get back to you. So I appealed it 24 hours later. You're supposed to get a response within 24 hours. I haven't gotten anything yet. So I've done everything I can. Instagram, Facebook, Meta, any of that. They don't have a phone number. They don't have customer support. They don't have an email. Everything is done through the app. And from what I've read is you can't just keep going and appealing, because if you keep creating appeal tickets, then they will just deactivate your account and consider it harassment. So all I can do is I've done my, because you're spamming them. So I filed my appeal and whatever happens, happens. If I come back, I'm back. If I don't come back, I don't think I'm going to come back because I don't want to rebuild, honestly. I'll just concentrate on YouTube and live vicariously through your Instagram and Dana's and Eric and Knobloch's and try and build up, I guess, the Facebook page or something like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's my long drawn out story on a 40-year-old man that doesn't have his social media no more.
Hey, it's not about your age. It's about the work that you put into it. Like I said, that's,
it's a bummer, man. I mean, if it was my personal one, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care at all because I rarely post on that. It's usually I really just keep my personal one because I'm still connected to the music scene, and it's how I communicate with people I've met over the last 20 years, touring the country and playing music and all that stuff. But so anybody that was like, oh man, he must be really raunchy, not at all. It's really just music and all that kind of tattoo culture and stuff like that. But I wish it was that one and not this one, but it is what it is, and that's all you can do. So I've just been concentrating on the stuff that makes me money, because at least it wasn't my eBay. That would literally break my spirit if my eBay got, I have a backup eBay just in case, but which I've always thought about. I was like, if my main eBay gets deactivated, I'm literally just going to cross list everything to my other account, my other eBay account, and then all my listings will just be on my new account. And hopefully within a matter of however long that takes, I'll be back up and running, but I'll have less, I won't be top rated and I won't have all that good stuff. But losing Instagram sucks, but it could have been worse. It could be YouTube. It could be something that's actually making me money. When you respond to free ads, do you use a burner account so people don't know that you flip? No, not at all. I literally, most of the time I'll just tell them what I'm going to do. I mean, I don't even have a different photo. Like my photo for Facebook is like me wearing the ski mask with no shirt on. Like I'm like, hey, I'll come buy those shoes right now, or I'll come pick up that car seat. And they're like, well, hell, you will. We can meet at the police station. But no, I tell people I'm not. Hey, you're giving this away they don't care. I mean, if they wanted to make money off of it, they would have sold it instead of just saying free. The one thing that we don't do is if we pick stuff up for free in our neighborhood Facebook group, we won't post it on Facebook Marketplace immediately, because then our neighborhood is a little hoity-toity and we don't want them to be like, oh, we gave you that for free and you're just trying to make money. Duh.
Hey, I mean, that's what you do for a living. Yeah, but I don't know. I haven't had anyone like react negatively to me like reselling their stuff. Yeah, there it is. Free flip the world.
I haven't even had people react negatively to me digging in their trash. Like I'll be in so much trash and they're like coming outside their house and I'm like, hey, this is trash, right? I mean, I already know the answer, but I want to at least make it look like trash, right? We didn't mistakenly put all of this out here.
Oh, man.
Like our neighbor, they tore down their swing set in the backyard and it's out at the curb. And I just kind of looked at them like, you could have just asked. We got kids. They'd love the swing set. You didn't have to break it down. So I went over and like the swings and the stuff that I could use and added it to our swing set. I'm like, you just could have said, hey, you want a swing set? So yeah, free Flip the World TX. We'll see. We'll see.
There we go. Wow. I had to comment. I don't know why I always feel like I have to tell you that. I just like whenever I zone out, I'm usually just looking at like the chat.
Man, this is our show. We can zone out if we want.
All right.
We could sit here. We could sit here, drink our beverages, and I'll put on some music and just see who sticks around. Is that a vintage Budweiser shirt you're wearing?
Yeah.
Instead of selling, you're wearing it? I appreciate that.
It's one of the ones that like makes music, I think. I don't know. It's called a touch tone.
Does it go like Bud Wise? Is it that kind?
It doesn't work anymore. I mean, this thing's like all filled with holes and stuff, but it I watched a YouTube video.
That's called distressed.
Yeah, it's distressed.
Yeah. That's what I've been putting on all these Vans that I don't want to clean the toe on. I'm just like, I mean Converse, not Vans. All these Chuck Taylors. I'm like, oh, those are distressed. I'm gonna throw Nirvana in the title. That'll sell immediately.
Look at this lightsaber that I found. It's a pretty cool one. Look, you just press a button.
Yes, I've sold one of those, and that's blue. So that's Luke. I've never seen. Okay, full disclosure, I've never seen any of the Star Wars movies ever in my life. But I know that blue is Luke Skywalker just because of selling them. You can't see it, but I have one right.
You have like the triple one,
right? which is not red like it's supposed to be. It's blue. I sent it to one of my buddies who's a nerd, and he was like, "That's incorrect." And I'm like, "Okay, that doesn't help me. What the hell is it?"
Yeah,
it's Kylo Ren's, but it's supposed to be red. I don't know why it's blue. That must be a knockoff. I'm like, it says Disney Hasbro on it.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask. Yeah, if it has the markings on it should be all right.
Yeah, so apparently they made a blue one, a red one, and a green one of his. I guess it's if you're a kid's parent that doesn't want your child to know that bad people exist, you get them the blue one. Like, no, he was a good guy. I don't know. Again, I don't even know who this character is. I know who Luke's color is. I know who Obi-Wan's color is, and just because of selling them.
That's where all my Star Wars history not history, but all my Star Wars knowledge comes from. Just, I think I watched, part of one on Spike TV whenever I was younger, and then just like
Spike TV,
and then just selling stuff on eBay. Like that's,
Dude, I'm the same way with shoes. Like people think I'm some like shoe encyclopedia, and I'm like, dude, I couldn't tell you if you held up a pair of Jordans, unless I've sold them, I couldn't tell you if they're like a Retro 3, a Concord 12, 37. I don't know.
I know the Jordan 5. Code. That's it.
Yeah, I use the style code. That tells me what I need to know.
Mm-hmm.
Devin said he's never seen Jiggly wear a modern shirt. Nice.
A modern shirt. I wear shirts from Walmart all the time. Just like, they just look old because I've had like all my clothes since high school. Nice. People are like, "Oh, you got vintage clothes on." I'm like, "This was my stepdad's hand-me-downs. He grew out of it. Now I'm wearing it."
I have probably 6 tubs of shirts, and all of them are black. But all of my shirts from the 20 plus since high school, just I'm like, dang, how much was that? How much did Kanye pay for that Slayer shirt? Okay, well, let me go see if I have that. You want to buy this shirt for $600? I mean, I'm going to call you a poser, but I'll sell it to you.
Vintage shirts are ridiculous now. Like, it's just like, I don't even know. I just want to know who has the money for stuff like this. Like, who can buy a T-shirt be like, I paid $4,000 for this, and be like, I am the winner, you know?
Dude, I don't know, but I will sign my thank you card when I pack it. It will be, the presentation will be so perfect when they open that shirt. I will spray perfume if they would. Oh man. Someone wants to buy a shirt from me for $600, they are going to get first class treatment. If they're local, I will hand deliver it and give them a hug. You just paid
Just
my
put it
card, dude.
on
I love
for
you.
them. Tell them to put their arms up, and you just put the shirt on
I
for
will
them.
literally put it on their body. Texas Bandit said Transformer movie 1984. Me and my son, Unicorn Hot Rod, greatest day ever. Dang, I was 1 when that came out, but I do. I have, again, you can't see my built-in like desk here, but I have all my like vintage knickknacks from when I was a kid. This isn't vintage, but I picked this up at the bins. I just think it's going to be worth something. That is a celebratory President of the United States, Barack Obama, Chardonnay glass. My favorite toy that I still have. Oh, Mr. T. That's right. I got an old ass Mr. T. My favorite Mr. T quote is from, is it Rocky 3 when he fights Clubber Lang?
Yeah.
When he's on the steps and he's trying to talk, and then Mr. T just shows up. He's like, hey, woman. Hey, woman.
Yeah.
Why don't you make yourself a real man?
Oh, I used to get so fired up. I'd want to fight Mr. T.
Yeah, dude. Greatest movie line ever. Hey, woman. Hey, woman. I love it. Yeah, I got all kinds of old.
I'm always trying to get a look at like that wall behind you whenever you're posting videos and stuff. You have just like the craziest picture collection of all time.
Yeah, so a lot of it's like, band figures, action figures, and then like my friends that are tattoo artists, they have like flash that they've done. But then like I've gotten autographs through the years. So like I got Spider, I got Burt Crusher when we saw him. That's my buddy. My buddy Riley was a singer for Power Trip. He passed away, so that's like his memorial poster, and then his funeral thing. Of course, my trophy for being a reseller. Knoblock, if you're still in the chat, I doubt it. Are we doing that in March? Are we having another reseller contest?
And, I want to be included this year.
Harry Tornado.
That was my goal.
I bought one of the Lou Gehrig Babe Ruth posters from Harry Tornado, and he drew a stick figure of himself and then signed it. And then Biggie's like my favorite rapper, so I have that. And then like my artist friends, and Knoblock gave me those Garbage Pail Kids for hitting 1,000 subs. And I don't know, man. I just like a bunch of weird stuff. And then behind the computer, it's like my evil shrine, I guess you'd say. It's like a bunch of like Grim Reapers, and I collect rosaries from other countries. Why, I don't know, but just weird stuff like that. And then I got gifted a Deadhead Moth, because I was in pest control. Oh God. They naturally have a skull on their coloring.
Oh, those things are real?
Yeah, so this is a real one. It's just dead, but yeah. What? So the Death Moth. So I have like weird stuff like that.
That's not weird at all. Yeah, I got some. That's crazy. I thought those things just existed like for tattoo's sake. Like I thought. I didn't know that was a real thing.
Oh yeah, the vintage boys at the bin are super aggressive. So the way that I got around dealing with those guys, because they're at every bins, the vintage kids or whatever, just like there's the Haitians, the Hispanic women, everybody has their people. The vintage kids, I just straight up hit them with humor right off the bat. Like try to tell them jokes, or I just tell them like, hey guys, I'm not here for vintage. If I see something, I'll grab it. And if you get in my way, I'll murder you. And then that's it. I just move on with my day.
Oh my God. Your bins videos, like, yeah, from you like making fun of that guy, like you pointed the camera at that guy and you were like, this guy here just farted.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Stacy. I had to edit her out because she doesn't like to be in the videos. She's gonna be one day, because I keep telling her like, you being in the videos is going to increase the channel. I mean, look what happened when Harry's wife joined and they started, because people want to see that we're both doing it, blah blah blah. not just you're finding all the cool stuff and then I'm saying Stacy found all the cool stuff. But she just went out of the screen and she was like, "Did you just effing fart?" And I'm like, "I swear to God, that wasn't me." And I look up and I see that guy like shaking his head. And I was like, "Oh, I got to get this." I was like, "This," I said it loud too. That's why he was shaking his head. Cause I'm like, "This dude just farted and it smells horrible."
Yeah. And that whole, oh my God, that whole like block of the, like that whole part of the video was just so chaotic. Like you were like, this guy just farted. And then you're like, I found these knives. And then you start walking towards the bins with these knives in your hand.
Yeah.
And you're like, I found this little lightsaber in the bins. I think it's from Star Wars or from Build-A-Bear or whatever. I was like,
I cut out the end of the knife part because I took them up front to the cop because they're not supposed to have anything like that in there.
Yeah.
And so I took him up to him. I was like, "Hey, boss, I think somebody donated some murder weapons. Here you go." And I just took that out because I didn't want to put him in there because it's got his badge and all that stuff. So if it was a regular like employee, I would have left it in, but I don't want any officers in there just in case. But yeah, man. And then like people really like me, like, and I used to do this at Walmart. Like when I was a teenager, I thought it was hilarious to go like take condoms, like Magnum condoms, and go stick them in old ladies' carts, like randomly in the store, and see if I could get away with it, or like Vagisil or stuff like that. So I just remembered that while I was at the bins. I'm like, I'm going to try to start sneaking stuff into people's carts, and people seem to like it. So like, I'm totally down with doing that. I love that stuff. So that 3-pointer from across the bin, that was a fail. That lady was not happy. She called me something in Spanish that I was just like, I agree with you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I suck. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Most I've spent on a vintage shirt is $200. See, damn. Damn.
That's too much. Well, it's not too much.
I don't think I've ever worn anything that was $200. Even like when I went to a wedding and had to rent a tux, I think it was like $69.
Did you say $79?
Yeah, it was like $69.99 or something like that. Panda, if I got your address and then I got kicked off of Instagram. So if you could send your address to Mike will relay it to me and I will get your Flip the World IKEA bag out. I'm sorry for the delay. I was just my shine was too bright for Instagram for the current moment. So, but I do have your bag. So I apologize and I will get that. Also, it's the horrible time because here I am supposed to be doing the 4,000 subscriber giveaway. I got all the stuff and now I can't do it. So it's like, I don't want people to be like, "Oh, he got banned, so he doesn't have to, put up with it." And I'm like, dude, I have all this stuff right here. It's awesome. It's an awesome pile. Somebody's gonna make probably like $300-400 off of this stuff.
I was wondering because is it going to be like a full IKEA bag filled with what, like clothing?
Pretty much. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill the IKEA bag with whatever we find that I want to throw in the box, and then I'm just gonna put the IKEA bag on. I'm not gonna fill. So the bag will be full. It's gonna be a full bag worth. But then I'll pack everything nicely, and then I'm just gonna fold the IKEA bag and put it on top with the congratulations thing.
Yeah.
Last time I did something like this, I was like real analytical and I wrote out exactly what every item was and how much it was sold comps and then the sold sell-through rate. And I'm like, this is what you should be able to sell it for. This is the current sold comp sell-through rate. Like, so people would like look at the note and be like, oh, this guy's a freaking nerd. But no, I just wanted them to know like, hey, I'm not sending you a bunch of shit that's going to be in your house for 6 years. It's all sellable stuff. Like, I'm sending you stuff that I would want to list myself.
Yeah.
So it's just a horrible timing, but I'm going to get it. Oh, he says, I have a Ben's Mafia family that grabs shoes like crazy. Then they set them on the floor in pairs and then look them over. Yeah. So those people, I just pick them up off the floor and start putting them in my cart. And when they say something, I just look at them and just go, no, we have the same thing here, but all we did was we found some shoes and we were about to leave and I didn't want to look for the singles. So I told Stacy like, hey, go give them to them and tell them, hey, this is from us. And so we kind of have that back and forth to where they know. but also, scaring the crap out of people used to work. It seems to work pretty well too. You don't have to be aggressive.
I wasn't going to bring it up, but we're an hour in, and I'm feeling a little comfortable. I know it's been a rough week for you.
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask you, like,
he said, it's been an hour and I'm feeling comfortable. It took you an hour to get comfortable. Well, I'm in pajamas. You can't see, but I'm in pajamas.
I wasn't going to say anything, but how long has Stacy been doing this? Like, she is ridiculous at the bins. I'm not trying to take anything away from you. You do a great job, put up a great video, but Stacy is just like, she kills it at the bins. Like, every time she comes over to you, she has like $1,200 worth of stuff in her hands.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah, I told her she's single-handedly ruining my channel. No, I think it has a lot to do with the fact that she'll go to the fresh rows.
Yeah.
And she doesn't take shit from anyone. Like, whereas you and me are more kind of like, oh, I'm so sorry, did I bump you? Like, no, she doesn't play that game. And I think it's because she's a mother and has all the kids, so she already has that like mama bear mentality. Yeah. So like, if she sees something in that bin, it already has her name on it, whether anyone around her knows it or not. But yeah, she's not scared to get in those bins, and that's the key thing. And then she looks, I think she said it on no, she texted to my mother in a group text, because I sent my mom a picture of that scanner and I said, Stacy found this, and then I sent her the sold comps, and I said, blows my mind the stuff that she finds. And Stacy's all, every time at the bins, I just want to make Chris proud of me. And I'm like, get the F out of here. But dude, whatever she's doing, the only reason that I don't have a real job is because when we go to the bins, she finds stuff that keeps me from having to go to apply at places.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not trying to put you down at all, but she is like, she has the knowledge of like a reseller of 20 plus years. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, shoes with good sold comps. Like, oh, here's a vintage like jacket, and then here's a scanner that sells for like $600.
Yeah,
like,
the vintage stuff is awesome because every kid, their stuff passes down to the next kid. So, the oldest is 20, so that's vintage. So all of her old jackets, all of her old polo shirts, all of her old shoes, they're all still in pristine condition, and they've gone down the row. So Stacy knows what the vintage stuff is, and I don't know. I think people just like leave her alone because like, oh, she's a small little lady. She's not going for anything crazy. And then she just literally every video that we've put out in probably the last 5 videos, it's been over $1,000 worth of stuff. And I found maybe 2 of the items out of the entire haul. And then that's why people are like, I keep telling her, I'm like, it's going to get to the point where people think that our bins that we're doing what people accuse Paul Cantu of doing, which is bringing stuff into the thrift store and then putting it up and then filming like, oh, I just found this vintage blah, blah, blah. He carries that stuff in a backpack and then sets it up so he can get videos. People are going to start thinking that that's what we're doing at the bins. But no, she finds the stuff, man. She's crushing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
See, this is that stupid modest crap that I hate. I didn't teach her anything. She'll be the first person to tell you I'm probably the world's biggest a-hole. I get moody at the bins because I don't like wasting my time. If stuff's not coming out and I'm just sitting there, like I don't have it. But I think the dynamic that we have is I let her go out and fish, and then I'm just at the cart looking stuff up. So I can't really dig a lot because I'm looking up and making sure that the stuff's keepable and everything like that. So, but yeah, she's crushing it, man.
My girlfriend will come to the bins with me occasionally, and I just, I get sweaty so quick. Yeah, I do the same. Like I'm hiding in the corner looking up sold comps, like twisting shoes, and she's just coming and dropping off like, loads of stuff for me. I don't know. I got to get over my fear of, I guess, bumping into people. I don't know. Because, it'd be fun to.
Yeah. I
It would
mean,
be fun to dig, but I don't know. I just don't want to like treat like a sourcing trip as like a stressful situation because
yeah, it's like playing basketball in the yard at maximum security prison. Yeah,
yeah,
I don't want to do
yeah,
that. I look at going to the bins as clocking into work. Like not only
hmm
am I there to find money, but I'm also filming to entertain people.
yeah,
And so I have to keep it, like, trust me, in my mind, once this button is recording, my brain is doing two things: don't cuss, don't cuss, don't cuss, and then make it enjoyable, make it enjoyable. So it's just like that's all I'm thinking about. So I'm so happy that she goes and does her thing, and I like
hmm
this Ben's Beast. I think I'm gonna make a shirt for her that says that. Um, yeah, anybody gives a crap what the hell's there. Yeah, see, younger Chris would be like, if I saw somebody giving her crap, I would just like jump over there and just annihilate them, and then be like, "What happened?" But now I'm like more reserved. So now I'll just like start barking really loud or do something like crazy, like pull my pants down and chase after him. Like I'm just weird now. like nobody's gonna mess with somebody that just pulled his pants down and is chasing them. It's like,
Oh no, craziness goes a long
yeah,
way.
I start
That's for
smacking
sure.
myself. Like, what are you doing to her? you know. Oh, she said they crushed the other day. Yeah. But again, she's also like so nice. So like she'll like elbow somebody and then be like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and then still grab the stuff. Like,
I'm sorry, but I'm taking this.
yeah. But she said like the scanner, she's like, I don't even know if she had to fight for it. I think
hmm
people just like left it alone. Like, I don't know if they
Yeah.
thought, oh, it's heavy, it's gonna cost a lot. But like most of the bins, if an item is heavy, they just sell it for a specific price. They don't do it by weight.
hmm Yeah. I think if it's over 5 pounds, they just do like 4.99 is like the highest my Goodwill bins will charge. Which I
Yeah.
wish I knew that in the beginning. I thought they'd charge like like
Yeah, so the most expensive thing we've paid for was that children's like walker thing.
yeah,
They're like, "Is $20 okay?" We don't know what the hell it is, but is $20 okay? I'm like, "Yeah, I'll
yeah.
gladly pay $20 for this thing." I don't know how it's getting in my car, but I'll pay $20 for it. And I know that's a long tail, like random. It's gonna probably sit for in our storage unit for like 6 months to a year. I mean, we've had two really low offers on it, which we still would have made like $500, but
yeah.
it's sitting there, and one day somebody's gonna that, or somebody's gonna guilt trip me into donating it, and then I'll make a video, and then I can be that guy that's like filming myself handing homeless people shoes. Like, I don't do this for attention. Excuse me, sir. The only homeless dude I ever want to film is this guy that has a sign that says, "Bet you can't hit me with a quarter." And I literally just want to film me just driving and just go, "Wham, got you!" Like, but then everybody would attack me. They're like, "You actually hit him with a quarter." I'm like, "Actually, I hit him with a roll of quarters."
Oh god. Yeah, there's definitely some I don't know. I was gonna go in. There's people in my storage unit. I swear they're homeless. There's like these two guys. The storage unit itself opens at 6 o'clock every morning, and I get there. One second, I gotta go put my dog down on the floor.
Uh-oh. Our price per pound, he's back. I'll say our price per pound is $2.19, and if it's over 50, if you have over 50 pounds worth of stuff, it drops down to $1.79.
I think mine's $1.59 a pound, and yeah, they'll only charge up to $4.99. Like my Goodwill bins want stuff gone.
We have so much stuff here that it's just it's ridiculous. I mean, I love it. It's the whole reason that I am able to do what I do, but um, yeah, it's crazy the amount of stuff they have.
It's just crazy, like me not going thrifting or sourcing at all whatsoever in the past couple weeks. All I think about is just going to the bins.
Yeah.
Like you can get so much money there, like so much profit there, so quick. And I mean, I don't think I've ever spent over $55.
Yeah.
It's just
I tell people like locally that'll talk to us at the bins that they're not eBay, for whatever reason they can't sell online. Usually it's because they have to enter a social or something like that. Those are usually people that sell at flea markets and stuff like that, which whatever, as long as you're hustling, I love it. But I tell them, like, you could literally be the worst reseller in the planet and go to the bins and still make money. Like, you could buy Target brand shirt. You could do the whole Chris Daly refinement and just pick up the worst stuff ever and still, make $2-3. I've told this story multiple times. We met a jeans seller. He sells at the flea market. He goes and he doesn't even look at brands. He literally, if it's blue jeans, he grabs them. He sells them all for $6. It doesn't matter if they're Levi's, if they're high end, everything's $6, and he sells out every weekend at the flea market. And he's getting them for like $1.50 a pair. So his margins are awesome. He's not ripping people off, selling them for $20, $25 like I am, which I'm not ripping them off. I'm doing it at market value, but he's happy with $6 across the board and selling out every weekend. And that's why I like the bins. That's why I'm gearing the channel more towards just bins body cam, because you could literally be the dumbest reseller on the planet and still make money damn near enough to be full-time just going to the bins.
Yeah, exactly. That's what, like, I was, now that I haven't been thrifting in a while, like I said, like I can go to any thrift store now and probably walk out with some good stuff. But like, whenever there's absolutely nothing, like I go to thrift stores in the area. Like once I have those like shoe sections somewhat cleared out, I'll go straight to the bins. It's just, I don't know. I know I just said it, but there's just no comparison to the profits that you can find at the bins.
For sure. It's almost impossible to lose. Honestly. Baron, do you know the radius they pull from? So I don't know exactly. I know a lot of it comes locally because every time we go, there's like 6 or 7 semi trucks being unloaded. But then when we go to our retail stores, we'll see the semi trucks at the retail stores. They're putting stuff in Gaylords and putting them on the truck. And I know that means they're going to the bins. But the outside of Houston radius, we see a lot of St. Louis stuff in our bins, a lot of St. Louis Cardinal stuff, a lot of that kind of stuff. So I'm thinking that we get a mix from there and in inner Texas. I mean, Texas is basically its own country, so we kind of self-govern as far as donations. So one month we'll have nothing but Dallas crap, and then we'll have St. Louis and so. But our retail stores, they keep shutting them down and turning them into bin stores. So that lets me know there is an abundance of stuff to where they're like, hey, it's more profitable for us to close this down and just turn it into a bin. So again, helps me, is going to help my channel, especially once I start networking and learning the managers, because I know the managers at 3 locations. But that's yeah, there we go. Family Thrift is always rocking. Yeah, it's the worst. Family Thrift used to be good. They give you a point for every dollar you spend, and then on Sundays, if you spent $50 during that week, you get 50% off your entire purchase on Sundays. But usually, like for me, for shoes, they're not a good place to go for. But for jeans, like you can stock up on Sundays, 50% off. Promote them. Make sure you're titling your photo. Make sure again, if it's eBay, make sure your first photo is a white background. You don't have to have all of them, but that first photo, if you have a white background, if you haven't seen any of my other videos, if you have a white background for eBay, and I've just learned that Poshmark is also like this, they promote your stuff on Google Ads, which means if somebody is looking up shoes at Nike.com, over on the corner, they're going to pull up Nike shoes for eBay. They're going to pull up Nike, things like that. So I can go to a web browser right now and type in like Nike free runs. And more than likely, one of my listings is going to be in the top 10 because I use a white background for my main photo. So that and a good title is going to get you more views. And then, of course, if you promote your listings, even if you promote it at 1%.
Yeah, how does that work? Like with the promoting with if say you promoted 4% and I said I promoted 3, yours would be ahead of mine, or is it just like the luck of the draw? They're just promoted and they,
I think we're going to be in the general same area. It really, The only thing that might put one of us above the edge, the other, is if it's someone's looking for a specific color,
Yeah.
or let's say you and me are selling the exact same shoes, but I filled out every part of my item specs and you just
Yeah.
did the bare minimum. I might have more views because more people are using the item spec searches.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I don't do any of my own listings, so I don't know. I haven't listed anything personally other than like vintage stuff because I really don't send that to Hammock in over a year. I've done in the last year, I've done maybe 20 listings myself. So I am a big believer, and this is in all aspects of my life, is if I'm not good at something or I don't know how to do it, I outsource it. You know, I suck at running, so Stacy runs for me. You know, I'm good at eating, so I eat for Stacy. That's just, give and take.
See, I feel like everything I don't enjoy doing is everything that I wouldn't trust anyone else to do. Like I wouldn't trust anyone else to list. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's my identical twin, like I don't have one, but if I did,
you would hate him in the womb.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't trust
I'm just
you.
two people right now.
You just made me think about Ninja Turtles with the little one inside.
Yeah.
No, it was hard. It was hard to do it, but once you've done it, and then you start seeing that, okay, well, I mean, I'm getting 8 sales a day. Oh, I'm getting 12 sales a day. Oh, I'm getting 14 sales a day. Obviously, the trust has been built.
Mm-hmm.
Stacy started doing the photos. She's now the photographer. Like that was hard for me to let go of because I am very anal about how things. I want things done in specific order. But she's been killing it. And again, it's not that I don't think she could do it or anybody. I could literally just hand it to one of the kids and be like, hey, look above the light box. This is the order I take photos in. Follow that. We'll have no problems. I mean, you can do that to anybody. Like I know, like Ryan and Lindsay now they've outsourced some photography to people. They like Fiverr or Facebook Marketplace. I mean, it's not hard. But yeah, giving up something that is controlling your income it can be. But
it's just about building that trust. But I don't know. I just feel like I don't know. I feel like everyone's like always walking on. I don't want to say anything bad about eBay. I feel like you're on the same page.
Not on our show. Go on someone else's show and talk bad about you.
No. I'm not even going to say anything bad, but I feel like a lot of people kind of like walk on eggshells a little bit whenever it comes to like dealing with eBay because there's no real like proven method of like dealing with problems or like if you get a return and your sales are slow, people are like, maybe eBay is shutting down my store a little bit because I got a return recently. I feel like everyone's like very afraid of, like eBay.
To a point, yes, but like, and then you got someone like me who sends funny decline messages, basically like telling people like, hey, like I sent one the other day and it was just like, hey, I'm concerned that you bumped your head before you said this offer. I just Googled on WebMD and it says that you should lie down, elevate your feet, and get a cold compress for the affected area. Like if I screw up eBay because I send funny things like that, then I mean that's on me and I'll eat that. But if your return rate sucks, they're not going to suspend you because you're still making them money by selling stuff. They're just going to charge you more fees. So if you have a high return rate, you're going to pay 5% more on everything you sell. So instead of 13%, you're now paying 18%. So either way, they're still making money. So they're not going to just kick you off. The only way they're going to kick you off is you keep getting Veros or you keep or you sell like bootleg stuff and get caught a bunch of times. Or you sell random inappropriate things or there's a lot of the ways that you can actually get banned from eBay are very, very minute. And I think people really focus on that instead of just how easy it is to sell on there. But again, I think people tend to focus on the hardest part about reselling instead of how actually pretty pretty damn easy it is. I mean,
that's what I was trying to say. You just put it in better words. You know,
like
it's not necessarily like, you know, being afraid of eBay, but yeah, it's like, I don't know. They seem to have a lot of power.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, that's Instagram. I mean, Meta, they own everything. They have a lot of power.
Yeah.
But eBay's pretty simple. I think, like resellers, you see this all over YouTube content about shipping. Like that's the number one thing that all new resellers are. Oh, shipping is complicated. Do I do free shipping? Do I calculate it? Do I do $30 with free shipping is the same as $25 plus $5 shipping. It's the same $30. So just get whatever's comfortable with you and work on that. Obviously, you're going to want to learn. Like if you're a shoe seller, you know that most athletic shoes are going to be 2.5 pounds or less. Boots are going to be 3 to 5. I mean, it's kind of easy to gauge. If you really want to learn shipping as close as you can, even if it's for eBay, go look at Poshmark and how they break up their shipping. 0 to 1 pound. 1 to 3 or 2 to 4, 5 to 7. Like just gauge your calculated shipping off of that and you'll be fine. It's not, Stacy said super anal. I don't know if she's saying that I'm super anal or if she's like teasing me about later. I don't know. TMI people. What's up, everyone uncomfortable in the chat? I'm not promoted listing yet. Does it matter when you promote? No, literally, it doesn't matter. I do it immediately when I start when I go into my draft bank. I'll just pick 25 and then I'll move them to the bulk edit, and then I click on it and I promote them all at either 2 or 4, and then just let it ride.
I've personally been doing it. Sorry, I cut you off, but I was just going to say, I've personally been like all my new shoes that I've been listing, which like I said, it hasn't been many. And I've been sending you like some package pictures. I've been selling pretty like a lot of stuff for not sourcing in 2 weeks. Like, I don't know I've just been doing more with my day, I guess, and like putting more into eBay, but I don't know. But
I'm so proud.
No, I forget what I was going to say.
I'm proud.
But yeah, I don't know. Oh, for promoting listings, I haven't been like promoting like any new listings, but once they like pop back up at the top of my active listings, like they've been listed a month, 2 months, whatever, that's whenever I'll start to promote.
Yeah.
I figured there's no sense in really giving any extra money before I need to, but at the same time I'm using more of my time to go back and promote them. So I don't know. It's just kind of like all experimental at this point.
Yeah. Well, another thing that I think that people don't realize is if you could promote all of your listings and something sell and it not sell because it was promoted.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. So like I promote all my listings, but let's say the 15 packages that I have going out tomorrow, only 3 of them were sold promoted listing, but they were all promoted. So I'm only paying for that extra promotion for 3 of them because not everyone is going to be buying it because of the promotion, which helps out. Chris, I'm assuming Daily Refinement has employees who take photos and list for them. I think they do 2 of them. They take 105 photos per day and list what they photo. Yeah, so that's basically what I do, which just without employees. Stacy and I don't know, it's off camera and I don't want to move my webcam. Let's see. That bucket right there is completely full of cleaned, ready to be photographed shoes, and then the ones we got off Marketplace that are not new in box, but they just needed a wipe down. And then we also have a bucket that we took out yesterday to the storage unit. So tomorrow, when we go to pull our orders, we have 2 buckets that she's going to photograph while I'm doing that, and then we'll come home. I'll pack the packages. She'll push those through to Hammock, and then our day's done by like noon. We've already pulled our orders, shipped them, and taken all the photographs and sent them off to our lister, which is Hammock. And then we can go sourcing. We can, go to the gym. I can go back to sleep. I can do whatever I want to do. But yeah, once you get a process down or a system, again, I don't understand when people struggle with reselling. I literally think it is the easiest way to make income other than just like, I don't know, stripping or standing on the corner. I don't know, holding a sign. It's pretty easy.
Yeah, as long as you're putting the work in. I don't know. That was like, yeah, last year I was just trying to have, too much fun. But this year, I mean, even with a little like hitch in my plans, like getting sick, not going out for a couple weeks, like I just doing the most with what I have. Like I've been able to make some decent sales. It's just like, I guess kind of like this year I realized that it's not always about like buying a ton of new stuff. It's just like, actually selling what you already have. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like, I don't know.
I look at it. You look at reselling, like you look at, I've compared it to a diet before, or you can compare it to like a workout routine. Little increments every weekday workout is going to turn into, you don't go from benching 135 to benching 500 in a month. It's going to be little increments over time that are going to get you there. And that's what reselling is. As long as you're getting, I'm sure there's some sports analogy. It's like 1% better every day and eventually you'll hit your goal. But really it's just get better at a little part and it'll start to snowball until it's just like second nature. Like I don't even look up half the shoes I source anymore because I know, I've sold those before. I've sold 10 pair of those. I know that that's above 70% sell through rate. And again, that's the other thing. Like, pick what you're going to sell, and I'm not talking about items because I know there's people that sell all categories and make a crap load more money than I do, but have your sticking points and try to stick to them. So like us, when we source, I want the sell through rate to be 70% or higher. If it's like 65, if it's an easy clean, obviously I'm going to get it, but I try to be strict at 70 or higher because I don't want to sit on stuff for 6 months, 9 months. Obviously, I'm going to have long tail items like the stand thing, and then I have a few other things from lawn chairs. I've never tried to sell vintage lawn chairs, but I got 2 of them at the bin, so why not? I see Greg Rocky Mountain Reseller sell them like crazy on Marketplace, so I got them listed on eBay and then cross listed on Marketplace. So we'll see what happens, but I try to stick to what I know is going to work. Now, I'm pretty anal with numbers and doing things like that, but before I got banned, he had just posted about it's Little Elm Goods. They do a lot of shoes and a lot of jeans. And he posted a screenshot of his text conversation with his partner, and he was like, "Hey, we currently have this many listings and we're selling this many in 90 days. And so you divide that by 14 sales a day, and this is our whatever number. If we want to get to 30 sales a day, we need to increase our active listings by," and I'm just like, it's literally, you just follow the method. If you want if you want to make $100 a day is your goal, then you list and you notice your store, you're selling 4 things a day. You just figure out that percentage and increase your listings to that percentage. I know that was all just a bunch of nerd rabble, but if you want to make
it makes like that's what I keep saying. Like I never know how to like put it in words. Like you make it sound like so simple, but I'm like I just keep saying over and over again, like, yeah, I pretty much don't know what I'm doing. Sales have been good, even though I haven't thrifted, but I don't understand why, like,
it's because whatever you're sourcing is obviously what people want. And you can fine tune that and just, I mean, if you sell on eBay, you can use TerraPeak, which is basically like free research showing you how much something sells, and it goes past 90 days. So I know everybody's like, "Oh my, you can only look up sold comps for 90 days." Well, if you use TerraPeak, you can go past 90 days. But like if you have 100 listings and you're selling 4 things, and it comes out to you're selling 25% of your inventory every day, and you want to bump that up to 50%, then obviously all you have to do is double what you're already doing, and you're going to hit that goal. So once you know your numbers, you know where you want to get. Like our goal, it's right here on the board, $410.95 per day. If we do that every day for the entire year, we will hit 150K on eBay. And we've done that every day this month because it's not that hard. Now, obviously, I want to hit more than that, but I'm not one of those people to set a huge goal and then get demoralized when I don't even come close. So I'd rather set something that's obtainable and then blow it out of the water so I could be like, I'm a champion. I set myself up to win,
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like it. Yeah, and you know what you're talking about. Like I said, sorry, I don't really.
I mean, at least I sound
you're...
like it, dude. That's really just pre-workout mixed with Red Bull. That'll get you going. I'm not even working out. I just had to take it.
But I wanted to ask, with like free shipping on your shoes, you do like free shipping for all your like items on eBay. Whenever you like source something from Facebook Marketplace, say you get a used pair of shoes with the box, will you send the box with the shoes to like get more? Like, how much money on average will you get extra for selling it with the box?
With the box?
Yeah.
Usually, like if it's a shoe that requires a box, like a Nike or like certain boosts or something like that, people will usually pay at least what you would spend in shipping, like an extra 15, 20 bucks.
Oh wow.
Some like shoe collectors, which that's a different topic for another day. I buy shoes to wear them, not collect them, but collectors will only buy shoes with boxes. So you can actually ask for more money. And if you have a box for a shoe, go to StockX, go to Goat, see what they're selling for with box, and then that kind of lets you know.
One second. I'm sorry. My dog is going crazy. I don't know what his problem is. I'll be back in a second.
Do you guys hear a dog? I don't even hear a dog. Do you even have a dog? Is that code for I have to go potty? I'm going to catch up with the chat, guys. What's up, All Star Vintage?
That's him right there. His name's Basil, and he's just standing at the door yelling.
Awesome.
Do you want me to
All right, he has a dog, everybody. That's not code. He's adorable. Try to list the same amount daily as a goal, or the average per day that you're selling plus a few extra. We don't have a daily amount. We used to do that. We used to do 20 a day, and it gets taxing. So now it's just, as long as we're listing every day, obviously the more the better, but we're also sourcing shoes that can be cleaned like very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Even at the bins, we try to get shoes that can be cleaned very quickly. Doing 15 to 20 a day is not very hard for us, but we try to focus more on money, as far as, instead of listing 20 things, we want to list $500 worth of stuff every day. We want to list $1,000 worth of stuff every day, because that's really what's going to get you where you want to go. If you're listing 5 things, but those 5 things are all going to be listed for $100 or more, that's better than listing 20 things for the same amount of money. So it really comes down to, some people like doing a number a day because it keeps them in habit, and then some people like money. Me, I just like, hey, as long as we're listing at least $500 a day, our goal is to only make 410. So we're listing more than we want to make. So it seems to work for us that way. Let me see. Did I miss a lot? Consistency. Yeah, that's really the key. Not only is that the key to reselling, that's kind of the key to anything in life. Diet, working out, relationship, kids. I mean, anything, beard growth. It's all consistency, Do you use any kind of oils? Let's have a beard question. No, me either. I can't stand that stuff. Everybody always gets it for me for Christmas, like my mom or like my aunt. And it's like, I got you some beard oil. I'm like, ugh.
I just listed some that I got for Christmas. I don't.
Yeah, it's like, I'm already greasy and sweaty all the time as it is. I want to put grease in my face. I have so much stuff I've been sourcing for years. Suggestions of what I could do to start with to make some decent money, like shoes, toys, vegetables. I mean, if you've been sourcing for a long time, I would just start listing. Like, if you have a bunch of stuff, pick whatever you think is going to sell the fastest. Like, look some of it up and figure out what's going to sell the fastest and go from there. If you have vintage clothing, that's going to be where I'd start. If you have vintage toys, that's definitely where I would start. If I had Instagram, I'd say send me some pictures of those vintage toys, because I might be able to take some off your hands. But maybe Mike wants to see some of the clothes you got. I don't know. Group into categories to make photographs. Yeah, see, little things like that. So we have tubs. Obviously, most of our tubs are going to be filled with shoes going to the unit to be photographed, but we also have a tub for clothing. We have a tub for hard goods or plush or toys like that, and we kind of put them in a priority. Shoes are always going to be priority. So those are going to be photographed first. And then if we still have time or we don't feel like, hey, we're missing out on, like tomorrow, Mondays are the worst day for me because not only do we have the start of the week, so I can't miss the gym, because if I miss the gym on a Monday, it sets me up for the failure for the week. But then we got to pull orders. It's usually our biggest day for orders because of the weekend. That's when we film for our Tuesday bin video. And I have to do my inspirational, motivational Monday post, which I don't have to do tomorrow. So, dude, when you whip your neck like that, I think somebody's breaking into your room.
No, I'm just trying to get my girlfriend to do something with my dog because he's going nuts and driving me crazy.
Oh, see, I can't even hear him on my side, and he looks too adorable to bother anybody.
He just sits here and he goes, it's just like the weirdest little noise that he makes.
Oh, collectors are picky if it does not have a box. Yeah, and then some people are picky about the box. I've had someone that bought like a pair of shoes that, I don't know, maybe like $100 before eBay was doing the authentic thing, and the box arrived with a ding in it. Kind of like people who buy pops.
Yeah.
And they were like, hey, the box is a ding. And I'm like, it didn't have a ding in the photos. It didn't have a ding when I packed it, but send it back. And then I just relisted it for like $15 less and it sold anyway. But yeah, that's why I don't really mess with hype sneakers and try to like jump in on the sneaker app and buy all that crap, because it's the same thing with why I don't go after chase pops and stuff like that, because the people that are into that are so picky that I'd rather sell 15 pairs of used New Balance than one pair of, some Jordan that just came out that everybody's, robbing each other.
100%. I feel like, I mean, rightfully so. Whenever you sell stuff that's like worth more money, I get so stressed out by it. Like, I sold a pair of boots for like $150, and I feel like whenever the buyer, they ended up getting returned. The buyer said, oh, they're just a little too snug. I just feel like whenever people spend a ton of money, there's always like that chance for buyer's remorse, and it always seems to happen. And it's just, it sucks the life out of you whenever someone's like, I'm going to need that 100, I'm going to send you these boots back that you don't want. Give me that money,
you think about buyer's remorse, and I'm thinking about what is missing in their life that is causing them to purchase such ridiculously high price shoes. I'm like, what did your dad leave, or what's going on that's causing this want to spend this ridiculous amount of money? I go all Freud on them. Like, tell me about your family. Are you close with your mother? Purple Rube said he loads his phone up with the photos of the weekend, and then while the kids are at practice or whenever he has idle time, he lists. That's how I used to do it. I would have everything set up in the phone, and at night before I'm going to bed, I just lay there, and then I'm done. But I noticed that Netflix would become a priority, because I got to watch The Office, or I got to watch Seinfeld, or I got to watch this Ozark season 4. Like, I can't list. I got to watch Ozark, which is a horrible excuse if you're trying to run a business. But
that's a valid excuse.
I'm also a human, and I like to do things. Yeah. My life isn't revolve around. And on the weekends, I don't know. I mean, if we go sourcing on the weekend, it's like a luxury, because the weekends we don't work, we don't pack, we don't source, we don't list, we don't clean. The kids are home. We're doing that kind of stuff, cleaning the house, getting everything ready. Stacy's cleaning the house. Not because it's woman's work. It's because whenever I clean it, I don't do it right. She'll tell you I love washing dishes and I love folding towels. Those are my favorite. Everyone says your dog is very cute.
Oh yeah, well, he's driving me nuts. I'm gonna kick him out.
At least you said out. Yeah, I'm gonna kick him.
Oh no, I'm not gonna kick him. I'm gonna kick him out of the house.
Like your camera freezes right when you say I'm gonna kick him. Someone's gonna screen record that, and you're gonna get canceled for kicking your dog.
Oh man.
Oh yeah. Oh god. Anything strawberry shortcake, you can send pics to Stacy, Flippy Hippie. Stacy, we just watched Annabelle Creation. I don't know how we missed that movie. Way scarier than any of the other Annabelles, by the way, in my opinion. Literally 2 parts of the movie, I was like that. and I know it's all fake.
Okay, I don't think I saw that one either. I feel like I totally missed that movie as well.
It popped up on Netflix as like a just added. I was like, what? So we watched it. Terrifying. Like, I don't know. I don't know why I got scared because I know, I don't know. I was just like, but Stacy did not know that the real Annabelle was a Raggedy Ann doll.
Yeah.
She thought it was like the porcelain one they use in the movies. So I showed her like the real Annabelle doll and the story behind it. If you've been following us for any amount of time, you know that Stacy collects Raggedy Ann dolls because she just likes them. So like our entryway, I'm not going to show the camera, but we have like 50 of them. And then in a rocking chair, we have the 2 giant ones. And then we have like the miniature statues and ceramics and stuff like that. And now she wants to get rid of it all because she realized that it's the freaking Annabelle dolls.
Well, so if you get rid of any of it, I'll buy that mirror off of you guys. That thing was amazing.
Dude, that thing's above our bed with some little figurines, and I'm just like, I don't want that thing there. That's my little Gus, 15-year-old 2-pound Pomeranian. He will not die. I don't mean that in a horrible way. He's outlived his father. Flippy hippie, I mean, Instagram, I don't know. I would say get one, but you never know. Hey, God. If you've ever seen Cinderella, the little fat mouse, Gus, that's who I named him after because he's like this big. But when we used to go to the dog parks, he would literally try to fight with every big dog. Like, he does not care. He's mentally challenged.
Yeah, that's how the small dogs are. I had a little 4-pound poodle growing up that lived till like, 22 years old, and she was mean until the day she died. Like, crazy.
But you respected it. You're just like, you know what? That's who you are.
Yeah.
My parents used to have a dog that hated me. Like, I did nothing to this dog, but I never got to pet it. It is what it is. Some dogs, it's just like people. Some people don't like you and you didn't do anything. They just don't like you. It is what it is. I also my parents had a dog that ate my neighbor's chickens, and then we had to put them down because the neighbor was like, you got to put that dog down. It ate my chicken. I'm like, don't you eat your chickens?
Yeah, that's not a role. That's what I'd say. That's not.
What, are you mad because it took your dinner? I'll buy you some chicken. Yeah, so funny. The Raggedy Ann thing. I just keep thinking about it. I'm just looking at them like, yeah, they're creepy, but I thought that's the whole reason we collected them because it freaks the kids out. But yeah, she didn't know, and now it's just so good. But yeah, if you haven't seen Annabelle Creation, it's on Netflix, and I don't know how I missed it because it's from 2017, but definitely scarier than all the other ones. And then we saw Apostle. Have you watched that one?
No.
It's not a completely different franchise, but wow, it's pretty wild.
Have you seen the movie that just came out? Or I think it just came out, like on DVD or something, called Antlers?
Yes, we saw it in theater on opening day by ourselves.
Did you enjoy it?
It was pretty good. I think they could have gone. I think they could have gone a little more into the. I feel like the ending was short. I'll say that. I don't want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it. I felt like they wrapped it up too quick.
Yeah.
Because I know that's like a like I think that creature, we'll use that word, is like is a Hispanic like cultural thing. And I think they could have done more with it. I know in the movie, I think they made it more like Native American, but
yeah, it was very much like I was like, I don't understand really what's happening, and then like just oh my god, just like
yeah.
Like, yeah. I don't want to say like anything too crazy, but it was just like I was like, am I really watching this right now? Like, is it really that bad? I'm like, yeah, I think so. I don't know. I was just so like bamboozled, I guess you could say, whenever I was done watching that movie. I'm like, what just happened? Like, I'm not like a big time movie guy. Like, I'll never talk about a movie after it's over, except for like Insidious and The Conjuring and stuff. Like those movies, I love those movies.
Yeah.
Like those are like my go-to.
big pet peeves with Netflix is that they'll have like Insidious 2, but they won't have the first one.
Oh yeah.
It's like, what?
It doesn't benefit anyone or anything. It's just irritating because you have to go on a wild goose chase for the first one before you.
And then you're like, was it ever on? And like, oh, Insidious, the original Insidious was never actually on Netflix. They just started with number 2. It's like you can't. It's like if you watch Friday the 13th. If you watch the second Friday the 13th, you have no idea that he wasn't even the killer in the first one. Little things like that bother me. Oh, also, we saw the new Scream the day it came out in a theater by ourselves. Totally recommend that movie.
Really?
Oh yeah. I think that they did a very good job of making fun of themselves, as well as adding to the lore that is, what you were probably, was it 1996 when that one first came out?
I was 3.
Yeah. You were 3. So that's another one of those things like Ghostbusters, or, it's like part of your childhood. Like Scream was, that whole shock gore was new to everyone really. But I think it was really good.
Cause I don't know. I just kind of like, I got like a bad taste in my mouth for any of like the older scary movies that they redo after I watched the Halloween movies, like Halloween Kills. Oh, that was the worst movie I've ever seen.
Yeah, I love how I think we talked about this last time. I love how Jamie Lee was in the movie like 10 minutes. Like you could totally tell like this was just like hey, let's throw it out. People will watch it because of the name.
Yeah.
But yeah, she wasn't even in the movie for like 15 minutes. I did not like that movie. Do you list on multiple platforms or stay? I am a full-time believer in stick to one and go with it. But I mean, I know I'm outside the box on that. I have, for the SEF thing that we're doing with Renzi now, we are cross-listing because I want to learn like how to be efficient and how to maximize on that. But I think being very good at one is really all you need. So like I'm trying to be the biggest nerd possible when it comes to eBay, and it's working. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But that's another reason forgetting to delist is you can only do that so many times before you get penalized on eBay. I don't know about on other platforms, but if you cancel too many orders because damaged or out of stock, you're going to end up paying that extra 5%. And I already promote my listing, so I'm not trying to pay 13% plus my promotion plus a fee for being a bad seller. I'm going to cut out more cross-setting. Yeah, I think the time versus payoff is, I know everyone's all like, oh, you can add about 10% to your end of year. And I'm like, nah, 10% is not a big enough number for me to justify me doing something. It's just like, hey, if you stick these horse pills up your butt, you can squat 100 extra pounds. Like, well, I don't know, 100 pounds, maybe 200, but not 100.
Yeah, I don't know. I never cross list. I feel like I'm still trying to get my grip on eBay and just, not perfect.
How are you getting any grip if you don't have any grip on the bottom of your Crocs?
So I don't know. I've never been like sitting here and been like, man, I need to list the same thing somewhere else. You know what I mean? I don't know. I've never understood it. But
if we lose people for this show in the future, it's going to be because of our view on cross listing, because we're completely opposite of everyone else on YouTube. At least we're vocal about it. I'm sure there's tons of people with the same mindset. They're scared of disrupting the hive.
Yeah, I don't know. I just never. Whenever people talk about it, I just kind of go silent for the most part because I do my eBay thing. That's it. I've never been like, oh, I'm trying to do more work. Like, I don't know.
You're that kid in class when the teacher's like, and who knows the answer to, you're like, don't look at me. Look like you're doing something on your paper.
Oh, yeah, 100%. That was me in school. That's how I got through school. I did
You,
that, and
you've drawn over your name like 100 times just to look like you're busy. Oh yeah.
To the point where it is all the way through the paper.
It's on the desk. It's just, yeah. Yeah, someone just said that. I think you get 10% more if you just list more. Yeah, that's my thing. I'd rather just get all I want to be perfect at my title, my item specs, and everything on eBay, and then just go get more stuff, because it's the stuff that's making you the money. It's not really the cross listing, it's the stuff.
Yeah.
One pair of shoes on 3 platforms, in my opinion, is not better than having 4 pairs of shoes on one platform. Well, those 4 pairs of shoes could be 12 pairs on 4 platforms. And you're going to get to a point where you have everyone has this goal of 1,000 listings. We're at like 2067, but you're going to get to a point where you have 1,000 listings, and if you cross list all 1,000 as a one person operation like yourself, you're going to forget to delist something, and you're going to shoot yourself in the foot, and then getting that extra 5% fee on eBay penalty or whatever happens on another platform. You've just shot your 10% increase in half. Not worth it. Not worth it. Have a great night. Thanks for tuning in. If you spend the time to your platform instead of reselling, you'd probably increase. Yeah, exactly. I think if you concentrate on what your main, find out where your main money is coming from and go all in on that, you're going to see the same. You're going to see better return than you would cross listing, in my opinion. I have to keep adding in my opinion. I feel like a politician. In my opinion. Yeah, man, I am. It's insane that it's already been 2 hours, my man. How you feeling?
Oh, it's been 2 hours. I was just reading the chat again. I'm not going to
2
say I'm
hours.
sorry this time.
We had like 26 people still available. We have some people bouncing out, which is obviously, I mean, 2 hours. I don't even think Joey and Drew go that long. Which is tomorrow night, guys. Here's a plug for them. They better start plugging our stuff. But yeah, I've literally been waiting for this because I haven't had the communication that I usually have. Like, luckily, you guys are able to, reach out to me. But yeah, that sounded like a funny exhaust. No Monday motivation post with the back of the car, guys. But I think we have. Let me see. 17 orders going out. It looks like it's going to be right around $1,400 as long as this last guy pays. So not too bad. Pretty good day, or pretty good weekend. And you won't get to see it. I'll post it.
It's upsetting, but I don't know. I have a good feeling about tomorrow because I feel like you kind of like tried to, like, your account got disabled, suspended, whatever. And then you had to wait 24 hours, and then you put in the appeal. And then I feel like the weekend was here, like, right then. So, yeah, I don't know. I got a good feeling about tomorrow being like the first business day. I feel like they're going to get to you first.
You think you're going to take me out of timeout tomorrow? They're like, you know what? This guy.
I think so. I don't know. I'm telling you, you didn't do anything wrong. It's just,
You're the little angel on my shoulder that I've never had. I've just had 2 devils my whole life. And then here you are like, you know what? Tomorrow's going to be a good day, which I've never said in my life. Usually I go to bed going, oh, God, tomorrow's going to suck.
Oh, yeah, I'm already thinking that. I'm sitting here thinking I got to go scrape ice and snow off of my car before I go down to pull orders in the 3-degree weather.
I imagine anybody that lives in an area like you just automatically depressed. Just when it's cold, I imagine the whole region just has depression.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Like here in the summertime, we all have depression. It's like 110 outside. I'm fat. I have a beard. And I'm just like, why? Why do I live here? Why would anybody live here? But then I think of people like Dana who are in the freaking desert. And I'm just like, why would anyone live there? They don't even have grass. Can you imagine not having to have a lawnmower because you don't have a yard? Because you don't have grass?
go out and organize your sand in your yard or something.
I'm gonna go move my rocks around. Like, I don't know, dude. Couldn't do it. Yo, Ella Michelle, thank you. I'm still not used to like getting super chats. I don't know how.
Oh, thank you.
But thank you. Free flip the world. Hopefully
that's
tomorrow.
Right. Tomorrow's the day.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like I said in the beginning, I think that I trolled the wrong group, and that's my personal opinion. I hope I'm wrong. Like, I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt that I'm wrong. But I think you know how Beyonce has like the beehive. I think I shook a reseller beehive that I probably shouldn't have, and it is what it is. You know, I used to tell people, I used to use a game lyric and just change it to Houston. And say, if ever I die for one of my statements, just crack open the streets of Houston and pour my blood in the pavement. So I'm never going to, you know, unless I'm really wrong on something, which I usually try not to speak if I know I'm going to be wrong. But yeah, hopefully I'm wrong on that. And then it's just, I got randomly selected somehow and it was a mistake. But I feel like if it was a mistake, they would have corrected it as soon as I did the appeal. But
yeah.
Thus is life, and we're going to keep moving. But thank you for the super chat. That makes me feel better. And then you're telling me tomorrow's going to be a good day. Like, I'm super.
Tomorrow's going to be a good day.
How do I direct message Stacy? If you're trying to sell her something, you come through me. No, I'm just kidding. Stacy's still on Instagram. Everybody, yay! It's STAYC_Ann. That is going to be how you can reach out to her. And sell her whatever creepy strawberry shortcake's not creepy. Let me see. They probably sand to a level sand. Yeah, he said my front is rocks, my back is an acre of grass, and I have a killer riding mower. Oh, so you do have grass. Was that brought in, or is it artificial? Was it actually there when you purchased? I don't know. My parents used to live in Hobbs, and there was just rocks, front yard, backyard rocks. I don't even think that's in. I don't know where Hobbs is. New Mexico? I don't think that's Arizona.
All right. I finally got caught up on the chat. All right. I'm sorry.
You're probably the first person I've ever met that says they love Houston Heat. You must be like Stacy, who's always cold. I am extremely warm-blooded. I sweat when it's 40 degrees outside. I'm sweating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, whenever the shirt starts sticking to you, it's game over. That's it.
In Houston, you have to, if you're a big dude, you have to have two shirts. Like, we don't wear two shirts. I'll wear one and I'll have a spare in the car. Always. When I film, like, people are like, oh, he's doing two bins videos in one. It's like, no, if I'm in the bins wearing this bra thing, I'm going to have the sweat lines. I need to go change before I go to, lunch or something after the bins. I'm not trying to walk into a restaurant with a sweat cross and they're like, what the hell is that guy? Bill Clinton doll. Hey, I might be interested in that. I like stuff like that, like political. I have a Ross Perot hat from 1992. I'm all ears. I like stuff like that. I have a bunch of. I always feel like I have to put a disclaimer here. I have a bunch of Make America Great Again and Trump stuff in a box, like flags and hats and shirts, but they're the official ones, like from his campaign. So they all, they all say made in China, but they're not the knockoffs. They're actually from his campaign. My thought process was they're going to be worth money, 10 years, 20 years, because no matter what side of the fence you were on, that's going to be something that's talked about forever. The first celebrity president, other than, Kennedy or Reagan, who weren't like, I mean, I know Reagan was in movies and stuff, but, this guy was The Apprentice. Like, you're fired. I have it. When people saw me get into the bins, they were just like, "Oh, look at this freaking guy!" I'm like, "I swear, I'm going to sell this in 20 years for a lot of money." You watch.
Have you looked any of it up? I swear those hats are worth a good amount, like right now.
Yeah, they are right now, but I'm still sitting on them. Yo, Cincinnati Picker in the chat. I sweat when I eat, dude, all the time. Literally, it could be ice cream, and I'm going to sweat. He said it's real grass. He planted the entire acre by seed. Cost about $6,000. Dude, I bet you're the only person in your neighborhood with grass. Yeah, no, I'm constantly like I'm sweating right now, and I know it's because of the energy drink and everything like that. But if I have socks on, it's over, like immediate sweat. Yeah, that was a fun tangent. That's what you get here, guys, with the reseller unwind. We just unwind the week. Usually, as resellers are kind of, I feel kind of tightly knit, and at the end of the week, it's good to just let your hair down and relax. And it's been a fun few days for me. So this was good to actually engage with all of you again and let my hair down, as Vera DeMilo said. And again, man, I really appreciate you, like you and Eric and Marcus and Dana, like keeping me alive on Instagram by posting stuff in your stories and obviously promoting the show and stuff like that. It does mean a good deal when you know that you got people out there in your corner.
Oh, absolutely. I'll never be able to promote the way you promote. I mean, you're on your phone like mid-show, like I'll never,
I learned how to
never be able to promote like a fraction as good as you. Like it's never going to be close, but yeah, I try.
That comes from years of being on stage, asking people at the bar to bring you a drink in the middle of a song. Like I've just learned how to multitask like that. Just be like playing my guitar. I'm like, hey, somebody bring me a water. We got merch at the back. We're starving. Buy a t-shirt. Things like that. But we can wrap it up, man. Again, we went 2 hours and 5 minutes. I am working with Nashville Flippers. They're showing me how to get this to where I can extract the audio, and we're going to start putting it on Spotify, hopefully Apple Music. I don't use Apple Music, but I'd love to get on all platforms so people can hear our voices without having to look at us. No, that sounded horrible. And again, if you're watching this on the replay, thank you. I think our last one has the most views of any of the Flippin' Live shows that I did during the day. So I think we're on to something, my friend.
Yeah, for sure. And it's a lot of fun too. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed
I'm going to try to do some sourcing and, get some interesting stuff to talk about before our next show. Because I feel like, I feel like I was just, I feel like I was very, not boring, but, I just didn't have much to report. But, it was a good time nonetheless.
It's all fun all the time, man. Just being on the show with you is the fun for me. Again, I'm just going to go into next week the same way that I always do, minus that one little thing. But, the show goes on. The show goes on. And hopefully you have a great week reselling. I'm sure I'll be texting you back and forth. And like I said, I'm just stockpiling all my content that I'm going to hopefully be able to show out again. Is it weird that I'm watching while I'm in the shower? And I screenshot that as weirdest comment we'll probably ever do. Dana showering with two burly men. That's going to be the new title. So have a good week, my dude. I'll probably text you tomorrow. And thank you to everybody in the chat. As always, if you're watching this on replay, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Again, right now, this is every other Sunday. We don't know how long until it just becomes every Sunday because it's so much fun for us. But I'm Chris.
I'm Jiggly Thrift.
And that's Jiggly Thrift. He's not even Mike anymore. Thank you so much. See you on the next one.